Okay, welcome to day one of, Aw shit. Maybe I should make a video. Gust. That's what we're going with. That's what we're calling it. Thank fucking God someone else had this idea so I could just rip it off. And the best of all, I don't have to wear any of that sweater stuff. I don't have to wear any scarves. I can just wear normal summer stuff. I can wear my space dogs and some sunglasses to block out the sun that's out at 10 p.m. So relative to when I'm making this video, I've just returned from two conventions. San Francisco Comic-Con, which is in Oakland, which is great for me because it's just down the street from me, and FanimeCon, which I go to every year religiously. And something that always happens every year without fail, except for this year, interestingly, and it happens to a lot of people when they go to conventions, is post-con depression. When you go to a con, you're feeling hype, everything is great, and then you come home to all your other actual real-world problems, and it's just kind of bullshit, and it makes you really sad. And I feel like there's a reason why it happens that goes a little bit deeper than just not being there anymore. Partially in feeling... this is partially because I tend to feel that people are driven by ambition. And by driven, I don't mean like the drive to go down to CEO Mart and become the next CEO of Starbucks, but in the sense of people have hopes and dreams and they want to do things with them. Like they want to wake up in the morning and say, what have I done to make my dreams come true? It would be nice if I could think about the stuff in the future that would make my life better than it is today. And I think the reason why this happens for anime cons isn't necessarily because this was lit and, ooh, bullshit 9-to-5 job, ooh, bullshit school is not legit, which is true. That is basically true. But when you're at an anime con, you are surrounded by people, like, be it on purpose or not, that have done a few things. For artists and for some vendors, that is making the stuff they do for a hobby something that they now do for a living, which on some level is something that everyone wants to do. Everyone wants to enjoy what they do. Even though people that are actually doing it might tell you otherwise, you don't want to make your work the thing you do to pay the bills. Ultimately, people want to be making their money based on the things that they like doing the most. And what the example is for like an artist alley is making cool fan art and just making your living that way, or at the very least making part of your living that way so you don't have to do a 40-hour wage slave job, so you don't necessarily have to go through bullshit community college, and just basically live the way that you want to. Suppose on the other hand, there's also, cosplayers who don't, for the most part, if you're, an ugly motherfucker like me, you're not really making your money that way. But there is a little bit of a lifestyle change. Like, there is the implication that maybe not how you're making your money, but a very large part of your life isn't just sitting and consuming, but going out and doing, like you're living the life you want to lead. Specifically in terms of making your costume, going out to Joann's or whatever fabric place you go to, setting aside time to actually do your thing. And the idea of being able to make your passions a bigger part of what you do and seeing people with the creative energy and follow through doing it, when you come home and there's no more of that, you just go, oh, well, shit. That's partially the reason why that hasn't really hit me this year, because instead of getting post-con depression, where I go from seeing all this creative energy in one place and then going back to just stupid nothing, instead, I'm taking all that creative energy that I've had pent up, that I'm seeing other people express in ways that are infinitely more creative than I could ever imagine, making costumes that I could never dream to do, regardless of how hard I may have worked on my own costumes, and making art far superior to anything I could have ever made in my life. Going out and actually doing something and capitalizing on that energy that I have, instead of just having it be all bundled up and being in a position where I either can't do anything about it, or can't do anything with it, or can't think of a way to do anything productive with it, and just do it. So I guess the takeaway here is that conventions fill you with a lot of creative energy, a lot of fun times that are going on, and maybe it's a good idea to, instead of being sad that it's over, saying, not necessarily what I've learned from this experience, but what more can I do with this experience? Like, what can I do to improve my own life, so maybe next time I can just live the way that I want to? Like, what can bring me further to doing the shit I want to do? Be it actually cosplaying, being better at getting drawings, be it just being the center of attention, or making some type of content that people enjoy. So, yeah, remember that thing I said about not all these videos are going to be great? Well, here you go. Oh god, how many days are there in August?